What's up, everybody? This is Louis Wimbley.
And I'm Shanea Wimbley.
And you're listening to the Marriage from Scratch podcast,
where we talk about our journey from scratch.
And we hope that we can help you build your life and your marriage from scratch. All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode.
Yo, what's up?
Marriage from Scratch, and this is episode 4.
Yes.
Wow, we are already episode 4. Yeah. Cannot believe it. This has been a great journey so far, and we have gotten incredible feedback from all of our listeners, all of our subscribers who are tuning in and listening on all their little devices and all that cool stuff. And this is a newbie for us because this is the first time we are actually not only just on audio, but now we are on video. Hey, yeah. We're live on YouTube, and we are streaming both to audio and to video platforms. So shout out to everybody in the YouTube podcast, vlogger, caster world, whatever that's called.
Yeah. We were going to wait to season 2, but some of our followers was like, no. Now.
Yeah. They put a demand on us. We was like, we ain't got no money. But they was like, no, you need to go live right now. I'm like, okay. So we're live and we are doing another episode. This is Marriage from Scratch episode 4. And we typically do a Truth Is at the beginning of every episode. Mm-hmm. So you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
No, you go.
Okay. All right. Truth is. All right. Now you're going to laugh at this. I'm not ashamed. Okay, let me go ahead and say it right now. I am not ashamed of what I had to go through and what I had to do to survive, okay?
Okay.
All right. So we had what's called in the hood, I'm trying to find the proper word to describe him. He was... Proper words. he could fix cars. He sold batteries, socks. We would call him...
Your all-purpose.
He was an all-purpose individual, a.k.a. hustle man, okay? And we were getting ready to start school. And I don't think my brother knows this or anybody knows this. We were starting school. Mm-hmm. And I didn't have any new shoes. And you know, the first week of school, people coming in with all type of stuff on,
man,
right?
It's lit.
So I go to Hustle Man, and I go, man, what you got? What you got in the trunk? What you got in the bag? He go, man, I got these J's. Get these J's. So guess what I do? I go, how much you running them for? He go, man, for you, big homie. They call me big homie growing up. For you, big homie, you know I give to you. You know, you give me 220s. I'll give you these J's.
220.
220s. $40.
I thought you meant 200.
He didn't tell me it was a literal shoe that had the letter J on the back of it. They were called J's. And I thought that these were the Michael J's. I said, Hustle Man, what? I said, his name was Iron Man. I said, what is this? These ain't Mike's. He said, them J's. You asked for some J's. That's what you got. You got some J's. Let me go ahead and say something to you. I'm not ashamed. You that are watching, you that are listening, God will bless your J's no matter what you put on. And guess what? If they talk about you first day of school, let them talk about you. They talked about me. They talked about Jesus. But guess what? I still kept my J's on. That's my truth is. That might be a scar too. I need to overcome and get some therapy. But that's my truth is. So go ahead. What's your truth is?
I'm still trying to regroup.
I got a few shoe stories. I got a few shoe stories. Somebody sold me some shoes one time off the truck. I was getting out of school, and it was 2 different sizes. So I put, you know how you slide them on? Like, yeah, I'm about to kill it of this. I'm about to kill it. The right shoe was perfect. That left shoe, my whole heel was hanging out the back of it. Okay. Yeah. All right, go ahead. You go ahead and tell your truth is. You love your husband.
Partially.
Okay, see. Go ahead, unsubscribe. You just subscribed. I'm sorry. I apologize.
No, I'm trying to think. I don't know if I got one today.
I have one for you that you may not be proud of.
What is that?
For Thanksgiving, like you do stuff like no dressing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'll say, hey, babe, You know, babe, go give me a plate. You getting up? You already
First,
getting up? You making a plate?
first of all, stop coming for me. I love soul
No,
food.
let me say this. Let me say this. This is why I don't let Shanae. Okay, tune in. This is why I don't let Shanae make me plates. We be like, your wife make you a plate? Nope, she does not make me a plate anymore. She's not allowed. Here's why. We sit at the Thanksgiving dinner, and she said, "Babe, I'm gonna get you a plate." Okay, cool. She come back, give me my plate. It's all vegan. It's
No,
all
it's not.
it's diet. Shanae, you be
No, it's
bringing me
not.
Shanae.
Louis, I be having
What
chicken
your
on
what your
there.
cousin call
It be
you?
green.
Honey.
Nathan was calling me that.
Nathan was calling you that. That's right. Your cousin call you. Everybody gonna call you. Tell you what.
You was about to get cut. Hey, YouTube, he about to get cussed out.
Shanae, you would bring me my food, and I'd be like, okay, thanks, babe. And then somebody else would come. We'll just use your cousin, or we just use Sam's to come. Sam's to come sit right next to me, plop his plate down. It's all type of stuff, and I'm looking at his plate.
So I don't.
That's what I'm doing. And I look at you like, what happened? When he ran off when you got to me? I'm so funny. I don't know where it come from.
He ain't funny.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I don't like. I don't like. What's it called? What again?
Stuffing or something
Yeah.
like the dressing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dressing. I don't like dressing. It's the. I don't know what it is. It's the.
You say it's the texture.
Yeah, I'm. Yeah.
That's what you
Okay.
said. You said it's the
That's-
texture.
I'm a texture person.
And that sounds like
So-
private school etiquette,
Shut up.
table
I've been in
etiquette.
public school my whole life.
That's Italian stuff for lunch. You know,
I'm a texture person, so if it got a weird texture, I do not like it. I will spit it out. It's the reason why I don't eat vegetables. Oh, truth is, I don't eat vegetables.
horrible. Horrible.
I don't like vegetables.
Absolutely horrible.
Ever since I was a kid, and I told myself now this may be bad,
Nah, it is bad.
but I
Go
told
ahead.
myself when I grow up, I was like, when I become an adult, I won't ever have to eat vegetables
That's
again.
a horrible commitment to make. I ain't
And
gonna
I
never.
don't.
You know what you sound like? When I get older, I ain't gonna never take care of my body. I ain't gonna never give my body what it
I
needs.
still eat greenage,
Green. What you eat green?
salad,
What else?
broccoli.
That does not count. Okay.
I love broccoli. Isn't broccoli with cheese? Now I'm trying to get into just eating steamed broccoli with some broccoli and cheese. Fire.
Nah, that'll do. That's fair. That's fair.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
eat greens.
Yeah, you do. You do. You eat greens.
What else?
You eat salads. You eat greens. You eat
Cabbage.
Cabbage. So your greens is coming up. I'll say that. I'll give you that. Your greens is coming up a long
I just
way.
don't eat peas, string beans.
Yeah, look at that face. You like Shanae, you are not 5. That face is Nathan. That face says that's Nathan.
That's how I feel.
That's horrible.
No, I had string beans this one time, and somebody cooked it, and I was like, "This is really good." I don't eat string beans.
Who was that? I think I remember that.
I can't remember who it was, but if you can get me to eat your string beans, you're cooking.
Yeah. Now I cooked this morning. I would show y'all a picture of it, but y'all
Oh.
not ready.
Y'all don't want to see that.
I cooked this morning, and somebody was like, "That don't look good,"
It did
and
not.
I
look-
responded and said, "It tastes good. It tastes better than it look." And I don't know if that was a compliment or shade to myself, but somebody just.
Most definitely shade.
All right, well, what's up, everybody? Let's go ahead and jump into this, and we're going to talk about something that we think is very vital to your relationship. We want to talk about his and her ways. Ooh, learning each other's ways
Yeah.
in a marriage without being forewarned always.
Yeah.
Now, this is something I think is vital because many people get married and don't realize the type of person that they're with,
And many people get married and they change.
and they change.
Or it reveals the real them.
That's true. Many people get married and they change. Honestly, change is a part of the process.
It is. It is.
They got my
Depending
brain
on how
running.
you change, though.
That's true. That's true.
If it's a decrease,
Yeah.
that's a problem.
Are you growing or are you deforming?
Exactly.
Because
That's
deformation
good.
is change too,
Yes. That's good.
but it's not growth.
That's
You're not
good.
forming into anything. You're deforming.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? What I'm saying? You're growing dysfunctionally. So everybody changes. So we are all subjected. We're all subjected to change. Okay, everybody's going to change. I'm not the same person I was when we got together.
Right, me either.
But I think what doesn't change is those value principles that we build our life on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, those are, like you said, the foundation
The
of who you
foundation
are.
of who we are doesn't change. Like
Right.
I'm still humble. I'm still, approachable. I'm still a friend. I'm still
Right.
down to earth. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like that type of stuff typically doesn't change, and you shouldn't change
Right.
that type of stuff.
Right.
But I'm talking about like embracing, engaging one another. Like that changes to a degree. Like life is like a river. Life isn't an ocean. This is like book material. Life is like a river creek.
Okay.
So, for example, you get married in this season, but then you have a child, and then the river creek changes.
So true.
And then the child starts school, and now the river creek changes again. Well, now you got a business. The river creek changed again. And so what happens is we miss each other in the change.
Right.
Does that make sense what I'm saying? We want you. We need to do an episode on what women want, what men want. We need to talk about that because men typically want you to be who you were when we met. And women want you to be who we envision you to be. Does that make sense what I'm saying? But the downfall is for men have to grow up to understand she's not going to be who we met because we have gone through so much since we've been together. For me to take her back to where we were, or for me to take her back to who she was when we met, I got to remove all of the chapters that led us to where we are right now.
Yeah.
Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we're always changing. But the question is, are we upgrading? Are we increasing? Or are we downgrading? Or are we growing dysfunctional? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like me. I don't mind saying this on the live feed. I don't care. Y'all judge me if y'all want. You that's listening.
I would judge.
I thought I was still a 1X. I thought we do.
This is what I son do when he mad.
Exactly. I thought I was a 1. I'm not a 1X no more. I've changed. Something in me is expanded.
Yeah.
We need to shut this podcast down. I need to start over. This is not the episode
triggered.
I need to. I'm triggered. This is the whole trigger. I do not need to talk about this. No, seriously, we're constantly changing, and we're constantly growing, and we're constantly evolving. And I think we have to study our spouse's ways.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
We got to study our spouse's ways. And then we also need to have a conversation with each other on what we expected each other to be. And I don't want to get ahead of myself, but we need to talk about what we expected each other to be. Like, what did you expect this to be? And then I got to tell you, what did I expect this to be? And then I think we'll find out that some of our expectations aren't even real.
Very much so.
Like, you thought you were going to be in 6 figures by this time when you wasn't even aiming for that. That wasn't even on your vocabulary. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you gotta kind of talk about what's expected of each other. Then you got to talk about what helped us. I guess my question to you is, what did we expect when we were I guess, I don't know, dating or I don't know whatever season it was, but what did we expect of each other?
So I expected I expected some like I don't not turbulence, but to that extent I expected some, because all marriage is two people bowing to each other.
Yeah, that's true.
So I expected some turbulence, but I told Louis, I was like, bro, I have never had this much warfare in my life since I've been with you.
And it wasn't because of me. Let me go ahead and clarify, because you ain't gonna clarify that as much as I can. It wasn't because of moi.
I said what I said. No, I'm just playing. No, but I did not expect all the all I want to say the extras, like the outside stuff, because it was. I mean, we had our own problems, of course, and getting to know each other, but not getting to know each other, but dealing with each other's ways. But it was the outside stuff that was like
That was
really
added on top of it. It was like
really making me mad.
but that's another point, because if you're not careful, life will add pressure to your relationship. You know, like we haven't even got a chance to figure each other out yet. We dealing with external issues that are like, why are we facing this? Right. And we don't know each other. You know what I'm saying? I agree though. I expected. I will say what I expected out of you, I received.
You did.
I did. I expected.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
I should not have did that. That's it works. It's us. You know. It's the truth.
Okay.
I expected you to be real.
Oh, always to the day I die.
Okay, set it off. I expected you to be real. I expected you to be transparent. I also expected you. I expected you to take time in getting over stuff. I knew it would take you time to get over stuff.
Oh yeah.
I expected you to be confrontational, but you were confrontational when you manifested confrontation and you were confronting me.
No, wait. I wouldn't expect that.
Wait. Redirect. Don't come at me. Don't come. But no, I expected you to be confrontational. I expected you to be straightforward. I expected you to be loyal. And honestly, you have fulfilled all of my expectations. I will say that. That's good and bad. It's good and bad. It's good because
I don't know if I should celebrate or reevaluate.
No, that's good. It's good and bad. The bad is my immaturity. The bad is me saying, "Why is she coming at me? What? Okay, I left 4 socks out." Okay, I drank the last of her juice. So what? You know, I go get her some more. You know, but anyway, so I will say that.
Bring that up. Okay, since we here, Louis like to eat my snacks and then don't replace them. Okay, I'm gonna leave it alone.
Go ahead. Since you opened up the can,
I'm gonna leave it alone.
You ain't gonna leave it alone because you're gonna keep bringing it up throughout this whole episode. Just like I said earlier. Just like I said earlier, let he take my snack.
I don't have a list. Don't do me like that. You don't have a list.
In my head, I do.
Let's go with this episode.
All right, so that's what we expected. Here's a question I want to pick your brain on. Mm-hmm. What helped you get to know me? And the same goes for me for you too.
Honestly, it was our regular talks. Like us when we were just sitting there just talking, like laying in the bed talking or sitting on the couch talking. That helped me to understand you. And no, I think it was just us talking really.
Yeah.
It wasn't like forced conversations. It was just like
right. No, it wasn't. It was just organic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it helped me to understand, because I'm the type of person, I tell this to people all the time. If I can't understand you, it is hard for me to connect with you. Right. So I say stuff all the time, like, Louis be like, I ask Louis, like, why? I ask why a lot. Right. Because I'm not judging you, but I'm trying to understand. So, for one, I could be compassionate. For two, anyway, let me stay on topic.
Go ahead.
I can be compassionate, and for two, so I can, I want to be more open to the thought of what you're saying. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So Louis say all the time, like, I don't need you to understand. Just do you agree?
No, I don't. It's the other way around.
What?
It's the other way around.
What is it?
I don't need you to agree.
Oh, I don't need you to agree.
But I do need you to understand. And this is a principle I live by because I think sometimes we get lost in agreement and disagreement, and then we spend all this time, trying to get each other to agree with each other when I don't need agreement.
Right.
I do need understanding, though.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes. But I am that way. So I ask people all the time, like, if I ask you why, it's not because I'm trying to challenge you. I'm literally just trying to understand. Because I make it make sense. If it don't make sense to me, I know it don't make sense to you. I'm just saying.
She throwing shade, but keep going.
I'm
You talking about me? It's okay.
you're not the only one.
I received this.
You're not the only one. But I am gonna say, I just, it needs to make sense.
Right. I get it. But my thing is, if you leave your stuff out,
Huh? Where we going?
Let me just say so because I feel a vent. Let me just say so because I feel a vent.
Okay.
Okay, so if you leave your stuff out and I go and take it and I eat it and I put it on my side of the fridge or I put it in my drawer and you come back to me telling me something why, like that's wrong. You don't finish your stuff. You need to let me. What you don't finish. I need to.
Louis have a problem that I like to take my time with my
stuff.
stuff.
Oh my goodness, she eats like she is 6 months old.
No, I don't.
And you crawling back to it. It's like, Shanea, go ahead, eat it. You gonna eat that?
No, moderation is key. Okay, moderation is key. I don't just indulge it all at once. I like to eat it over time. Cause what if I want some more tomorrow? Then what?
And then she come. And then this is what you do. You want the rest of it? I wanted it when it was hot. That's what I don't want it now. It's warm, cold. The corners
I do that.
Cut
I do
off.
that to my drinks.
Oh my god.
He get mad. Okay, let's just move on.
Yeah, let's move on because you definitely we trying to grow our page. They about to see us fussing and going down memory lane. But no. But seriously though, like getting to know each other took us sitting down, talking, and explaining, having those organic conversations. For me. Okay, let me say this.
Mm-hmm.
I had to learn this, and I think Shanea, you taught me this without teaching it to me. Honesty and transparency are not the same thing.
Okay.
All right, let me explain. Honesty says I am going to be forth-telling. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be honest with where I am, with what I have. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be honest about my intentions. Mm-hmm. But transparency reveals who I am. Mm-hmm. Transparency reveals my journey. Transparency reveals why I am the way I am. Honesty just says, hey, this is what I got. Mm-hmm. But transparency is different. And for me, I had to learn the difference between the two because although I was honest with you, I wasn't transparent with you. Mm. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I had no problem being honest with you, but I wasn't transparent with you, even about family, friends, people. I wasn't transparent. I didn't give you enough. I didn't give you I didn't give you access to my history. Transparency reveals everything about me, my history, my journey, why I am the way I am. Honesty says, hey, I have nothing against you. I have no ill motives. Mm-hmm. You can trust me. You ain't got to worry about da. Mm-hmm. So honesty and transparency are not the same. You need both in a relationship. You need your partner to be honest with you, and you need your partner to be transparent with you. I had to learn how to be transparent.
Agreed.
Because in my field, transparency can get you canceled.
True.
If I can be real.
Yeah, that's why I tell Louis all the time, I got nothing to lose. I can be as honest and transparent as I want. What y'all gonna do? Kick me out the church? I don't care.
So this is what I got to deal with.
I don't care.
I say, no, I can't say that, Shanea. Why not?
I can. Let me say it.
I go, no, we're not going to say that. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to respond in love. But anyway.
Louis, I'm going to leave that alone. Go ahead.
What you about to say?
Louis is the reason why I ain't said some of half the stuff I want to say to some of y'all. But I'm going to leave that alone.
Sit back. You can say what you want to say.
Because Louis be like, Shanea, that's not nice. I'll be like, I don't care. It is what it is.
No, I can't let you do that, Shanea. I gotta keep you muzzled just a little bit. I take the muzzle. We can take the muzzle off when we amongst people, but if I took the muzzle off, Shanea, she'll be coming on y'all posts. You a fool.
Straight up.
I don't know why you wore that. Shanea be like, I don't even think he love you, but that's not
Period,
that's neither
Pooh.
here nor there.
That's neither. That is neither here or there.
But you keep going. You keep going. Keep taking photos, beloved.
Mama let y'all be great.
Anyway, so having those conversations helped us get to know each other. I would say that, and it helped me become transparent.
Yeah.
Again, honesty is me being upfront about my motives, my intentions, my mistakes. But transparency reveals my DNA.
Mm-hmm.
It reveals why I am the way I am.
Yeah.
It reveals what made me like this.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, if we were to be truthful, a lot of couples don't know how to communicate surrounding transparency.
Yeah.
They think honesty is transparency, and it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Transparency is the only way we're going to change our ways.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but it's the only way we're going to change our ways. If we're not transparent,
you need both.
You need both though,
because you can't just be transparent but not honest.
Yeah, you got to be both.
You can't be honest
without being transparent. You need honesty. Honesty says, "Hey, this is my motive."
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be honest with you. There's sometimes she like look at her now. She bad, beautiful. You can't see her on you that's listening to the audio, but you that's on YouTube, she bad. Now, can I be honest? If I would have started complimenting her and doing X, Y, Z, there's a motive there.
As we all know.
Now, that motive though is for the benefit of us both.
Okay.
All right, I thought I'd throw that in now. That's for free. I hate it when they say that. People be preaching to me, this for free. This for $3.99. The whole message is free. I ain't pay you to be up here anyway. I'm sorry.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm cool. I just need to get that out. No, seriously though. Seriously, like honesty and transparency are not the same thing. And if we were to be honest with each other, we lack transparency in our relationships, and it's stopping us from really understanding how we are wired.
Yeah.
And I don't want to skip around, but from our honest perspective, couples spend more time focused on themselves rather than their spouses. Mm-hmm. And that's because, again, they're not thinking about how we're wired, and how we process life. And I think if we were to make a transition from thinking about me to us to you, we move from what I would say me to we. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go
which
ahead.
is what I was saying. I think it was, I don't know if it was the first episode or whatever it was, where I was talking about how when you've been single for so long,
Right,
it's hard to come out of that. That single mentality.
Right.
Like we've even dealt with it.
Oh yeah, I definitely
with
did.
you a few times, cause no, for real. I was like, Louis, you're not single anymore. We have to talk this stuff out. Emoji. We have to talk it out. You just can't make decisions and then be like, oh.
But being single for a while really does affect you.
It does.
It really does affect you. I mean, honestly, I had to like make a major
and being the
adjustment.
oldest.
Yeah,
People
and being the
don't
oldest.
realize that being the oldest child, it push you in, because you, especially if you have younger siblings like my sister.
By oldest, you mean the one that's the protector, because sometimes the youngest can have more responsibility than the oldest. But you're seeing the protector,
True.
yeah.
True. I was coming from the point of, like when it's an age gap between the kids.
Oh yeah.
Because it's 5 years between me and my sister.
Mm-hmm.
What up, Tasha? Shout out. Woo woo. But it's 5 years in between us. So even though we were still doing stuff together, I was technically off by myself.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So once you get into that stage of just doing stuff by yourself and it's just you, it's hard to come out of that.
Right.
And you're the oldest too.
I'm the oldest too, yeah.
So it's hard to be like,
yeah, I was traveling by myself. I can get up and go on. I can, so when I got married, it was hard for me to be like, you okay with me going to the store?
Cause it's like it's like you had a mentality like, well, you better pick up and follow me where I'm going.
Right.
You catch up with me.
Right, and that was my mentality when we first got married. Our first 2 to 3 years of marriage was, I got this going on. I got this going on. I got this going on. This the
Right.
time I need you dressed.
Right. And I'm like,
And then she like, I got stuff to do too.
this voice he gives me is annoying.
This what you be doing. I know you lie.
I, I don't say it like that. I know you lying. That's how I say it.
All you do, I come in the house, jump on top of her, something like that, I know you lie. Okay. No, but seriously though, if we move from me to we, and I think it requires us to be selfless.
Yeah.
So when we talk about discovering each other's ways, we have to spend more time focusing on our spouse than ourselves in some manner.
Mm-hmm.
The second thing I think is important too is we got to find each other's pressure points.
Mm-hmm.
We got to find each other's pressure points. We got to find. We can take pressure out and say pain, because honestly, pressure is painful.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to talk about that. We got to find each other's pressure points. And I think in finding each other's pressure points, what we're really doing is we're discovering what makes each other upset.
Yeah.
Or makes us like feel boxed in.
Mm-hmm.
Like have you ever felt like that? Like have you ever felt like sometimes in your life you were in a box and you were like, I'm trying to break out of this box?
Very much so.
And honestly, you can feel like that in a marriage.
Yeah, you can.
You can feel like that in a marriage because you go through various chapters in your life and you don't realize it, but like the pressure of it all makes you feel like you're suffocating.
Mm-hmm.
But in that pressure, it's revealing your ways.
Yes. Yeah.
So how you handle pressure reveals a lot about your ways.
Mm-hmm.
So even for myself, my pressure, when I feel anxiety, or and it was a time I don't go through this anymore, but when I was heavily struggling with anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
I was working one of my first jobs working, and just full of anxiety. They didn't know it, but you knew it.
Mm.
I was full of anxiety. I mean, it controlled me. It dictated my mood. I was just full of anxiety. It was a pressure. It was a lot of pressure.
And dealing with somebody who dealt with a lot of anxiety, I was like, you know what? I don't want to be around this. So I would tell him when he was at his job, I talk to you when you leave your job. When we're leaving the building, then I'll talk to you, because that anxiety, I don't like being around it. It ain't nothing fun.
It's not. But it's a pressure that reveals myself. It reveals me. So you got to find each other's pressure points. Like Shanea hates clutter. Okay. Shanea hates disorder. She hates unnecessary clutter. She hates when stuff is just places where it shouldn't be. Like I got a thing of lotion here for my hands. Like if this was just right here,
because
or
it was already bothering me. But I know you leave it right there because it's Sunday. You want to hurry up and throw some lotion on his hands before he start teaching. So I just have to remind myself that every time I see it. Don't make my anxiety rise, please.
And when she comes to the house and starts seeing stuff just all over the floor or all over the table, especially if I'm doing daddy daycare and I'm taking
God.
And I hate the phrase daycare too. Parents don't babysit their kids. Okay?
Period.
So that's another episode. But when we jokingly call it daddy daycare.
Right.
So if I'm doing
daddy daycare, because I teach Nathan.
Right. But I'm saying even if you got something to do, let's say you got a client or something,
yeah.
Like we're getting your hair done and I got the boys all day. So if I got the boys all day, I'm letting them do whatever they want. I'm the type of parent. I just believe justice and liberty for all. That's what the flag said. Ain't that what it said? But anyway.
Oh, you just said it backwards.
Liberty.
You said justice.
I said justice and liberty for liberty and justice. Well, they need to rewrite it then, because I think I just tapped into something.
No.
But no, seriously. When I got Zach and Nathan, Zach said he grabbed a toy. Go ahead, throw them toys on the floor. But Shanea, when she see clutter, unnecessary clutter and all that, she does this thing with her neck.
Stop telling people that. No, I don't. He like, trying to act like I'm. On the exorcism.
When Shanea gets mad, she does this thing with her neck. She's like,
no, I don't.
Yes, you do. I've seen you do it a few times.
No, I don't.
No,
No,
no. Go ahead.
but I knew why I was like that.
Mm.
But and that's what you have to do. You not only do you have to be, this is just me. This is how I am. No, you need to figure out why you're like that. Go
Right.
back. What happened in your childhood?
Right.
What made
right.
you feel this way? I know why I don't like unnecessary clutter or that whole like too much. If it's not enough space, and I just feel like stuff piling up around me, I'd be like,
You
let
do.
me out of here. So I know why I'm like that. And I had to tell Louis,
Yeah.
I was like, look, this may be a little annoying to you.
Yeah. Well,
Because, now hold on now.
keep going. Keep going, woman of God. Go ahead. Stay in the spirit.
This may be a little annoying, but this is why I'm like this.
You did.
And you have to be honest and transparent
Yep. Honest and transparent.
about why
Yep.
you're this way.
Yep. And you can't judge. Okay, we get ahead of ourselves. You can't judge. Oh, this is a good point. This is another episode. The moment you judge your spouse's transparency, you lose their transparency in the next chapter.
Oh, and a trust.
And their trust. Like the moment if Shanea would have come to me and be transparent and say, hey, this is why I'm like this, and I judge her or say something, or if I like, girl, you got,
Oh, that's stupid.
that's dumb.
Yeah.
The moment I do that, what I do to her heart and her soul is I'm telling her heart and her soul that reality doesn't exist.
Right.
And it makes you further hide that.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if your spouse is being transparent and honest with you, you got to be careful that you don't respond in a condescending manner, tone.
Yeah.
Everything communicates.
Yeah.
All right? Everything communicates. Whether you realize it or not, you are communicating something.
Mm-hmm.
And body language, facial expressions,
yeah.
all of that stuff communicates.
Especially the face expression.
Yeah. You the one that can't hide the
lies. Oh no, I can't hide my face. I
was about to say you can't hide. I can hide.
Lies. No, that's a lie.
I can hide to a degree.
You for certain people, you can.
For
hide.
some people, I can hide.
But when it's us, you be like, you make switches in your face. I'm like, what you making that face for? Which causes the argument because now you looking at somebody's face expression. You looking at somebody's face expressions, and like you just said, you may not be communicating like that. May not be your heart. But your face is communicating something else.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at you. I'm talking to you. You make a face. So what you looking at me like? Ain't nobody looking at you like that.
There's
yes, you
a whole argument. Whole 90-second of A to come out. What do you mean? You looking at me like that? Make another face. I'm gonna call my cousins.
Period, Paul. Because we stay on the pull up. We ready for anything.
Make another face at me. Make another face, and I'm like. No, but seriously, everything communicates.
Yeah.
So if your spouse or your spouse, fiance, if they're being transparent, you have to be mindful that you are not being condescending.
Mm-hmm.
You're not responding in a negative manner, negative tone. I think the third thing when it comes to understanding each other's ways, this is very important.
Mm-hmm.
Don't try to change your spouse.
Mm-hmm.
But help them understand their ways.
Yes.
We kind of just talked about it a little bit, but
right.
Don't try to change your spouse. I think this is the number one myth or problem that couples come into.
Mm-hmm.
We try to change. We think it's our job to change each other. When it's really our job to empower each other to change.
Exactly.
Does that make sense?
Yes. That work have to start within.
Right. It starts within.
They have to understand. Like I said earlier, they have to understand why they do what they do.
Right.
Make it make sense.
Right.
That's all I ask.
Right. I mean, honestly, like it's not our job to change each other. Like, and I think we have this puppet mentality when
Mm-hmm.
it comes to relationships.
Mm-hmm.
That all we have to do is put you on a string.
Can I say something real fast?
Yes.
Which is why I do not like when people get in relationships and they say, well, I'm different. I can change him. No, you can't.
No, you can't. You can't change anybody.
I can change her. No, you can't.
No.
If that's how they are, if they don't realize they need to change, if they don't realize that it's something in them that needs to be
Yep.
in heightened or taken down,
Right.
you can't change. And then we put ourselves in predicaments, and then we sit here like, I didn't think he'd do that to me. Why not, sis? Why not?
I mean, seriously, because what we tend to do is it's a form of pride too, because
It is.
we have this Superman complex when it comes to relationships, because we see people anybody that you see less than, you are going to develop this hero complex for.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that hero complex, oh, boy, get you in trouble.
It gets you in trouble for real. You find yourself places you should not be.
Man.
Anytime you feel like somebody is less than, like, notice you never have a hero complex for somebody that's just as strong as you.
Period.
That's a whole nother episode. Notice you never have a hero complex for people that don't need you.
Mm-hmm.
You only develop a hero complex when you found somebody that has a open womb or
weaker than.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah. So you can't change your spouse. You can only empower them to change. And the way we do that is, honestly, and this may sound funny what I'm about to say, you gotta interview your spouse.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta sit there and interview them. Ask them, what did this make you feel like? How did this make you feel? Why did you feel like this?
I mean, full on therapy session.
Like full on therapy session. Seriously.
I remember sometimes, like we would be talking. Like I said, because we started. One thing I do like about us, Louis, is we've always had those hard conversations with each other. We've always talked. We've always took the time. Like, even if it wasn't right away, by the end of the argument or that day, or by the end of the argument or by the end of that day, we sat down and had that conversation. Mm-hmm. So I just remember, like, sometimes we were like laying in the bed just talking or whatever, and you would ask me questions like about me, or sometimes, like I said earlier, that work had to start within. I would be sitting there, and then something would hit me, like why I am the way I am, why I do some of the stuff that I do, right? And I would sit there and I would just talk, and I'd be like, Louis, I think I'm like this because blah blah blah, right? And then we talking it out, but that's the cleansing part of it, that helps you get started with that process of
changing, shifting,
and when the two become one.
Yeah, that's good. I agree. So you got to interview your spouse, and like you said, the work, the work has to already be started. Like, I can't initiate change in you. You have to already have the conversation within you to start that process.
What the saying used to say, you can't force the water. You can't force the horse to drink the water.
Yeah, you can only bring them there.
Yeah.
So that's true. All right, last point, and then we're gonna wrap this up. We've been on here for a while. Okay. All right, last point. Now, this is a delicate topic. But if we're going to understand each other's ways and help empower and all that stuff, we cannot spread what we see.
Keep that on hush hush.
It is the worst. I mean, the worst thing you can do is spread what you see in your spouse.
If it ain't positive.
Yeah. It's the worst thing you can do.
Yeah.
You cannot spread what you see. What you should do, you should confront your spouse with what you see first. Never spread it. Don't go to people outside. Even if it's your mom, your sister, your aunt.
Keep your family out of it.
Listen. Keep your marriage like an igloo. An igloo got one door to it.
Period.
Nobody can get it. You only want. We see who coming in. Exactly. We see who coming out. You gotta have one door to your relationship. You can't have 5 to 7 doors. Folk coming in and out your relationship, coming in out the window. Nope. You gotta have one door. You gotta have one door. And in that one door, there needs to be a mutual understanding that what we deal with, what we overcome, what we go through, we are the ones that's going to be the ones that tell.
Right.
Not you going back and telling that person, you see what I'm saying?
Right.
And when we spread what we see in our spouse, honestly, it brings shame on our marriages. It
Right, it
discredits.
does.
It really discredits us.
Right. But if you are going to do that, it need to be with somebody you like your accountability person
Yeah.
that you have, like either if it's a couple that holds you
Right.
accountable,
Right.
or if it's like a mentor or something that holds you accountable, then and it should never be about your spouse. It should always be about you.
Right. Right. Right.
I'm not going to my mentor telling my mentor what
Right.
Louis did.
Right.
I'm
Right.
not going to our accountability couple
Yeah.
and saying what Louis did.
Right.
I'm going to them to say, okay,
Here's what I did.
Exactly. This is what I did, and this is what I need to work on. Y'all hold me accountable.
Right.
Because ultimately, that's all I can do.
Right. Right.
Once again, I can't change you.
You can only empower each other to change. So, like, this is really vital to a relationship, y'all, because if you can learn each other's ways, you can get ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
You can learn each other's ways, you can get ahead of the curve. And if you can learn each other's ways, you can add brownie. You can just get brownie points. Like, I know what Shanae like. I know what you like. I know what you don't like. You know, you can't tell, but you know, I cooked today. I cleaned the pots that I cooked with.
Oh, you did?
I did. Now,
I
clean them?
I gotta go rewash them.
Did I do it the way you do it?
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, I did. I
Anxiety.
did it. And when I finished them, I didn't. Did I dry them all the way? No, because I wanted the water to sit there for a little bit, and I put them on the clean dish side.
Okay. Did you for real? Okay, y'all. Let's end this episode so I can go in the kitchen.
See? All right, y'all. This has been a great episode. This is episode 4. And this was this learning his and her ways. Mm-hmm. And if you haven't already done so, do me a favor and subscribe to us on Amazon. We're on Spotify. We're also on Apple Podcasts. Mm-hmm. And you can listen to us wherever you are around.
And now on YouTube.
We are now on YouTube.
Yeah.
So you can listen to us on YouTube. You can follow our YouTube page, which is simply Marriage from Scratch. All you got to do is look up Marriage from Scratch, and we'll pop up on YouTube. We're on Instagram, Facebook, and all that good stuff. So, all right, y'all.
Leave a review.
Yeah, leave a review. Let us know who you are. Mm-hmm. You know, let us know your thoughts. And then if you got questions, you can send us an email at marriagefromscratch1@gmail.com. Mm-hmm. Or you can send us a DM on Instagram and ask us your questions. All right? All right. Till next time, we'll do this again. And I'm your co-host, Louis C. Wimbley, and this is my lovely wife, a baddie from the South Side. What is that?
I don't know. I don't know why I just did that. I'm not going to lie.
I didn't do no dances on this YouTube channel. That was my dance. All right, y'all. I'll teach that later. We'll do a YouTube. Maybe I need to do a tutorial. A tutorial. A tutorial.
Peace out.
Peace out. A-Town.
Down.
All right.